First of all, I just want to thank all the fans for showing up tonight. It was a great atmosphere out there at Siebert Field. Reminded me of 1977. We hosted the regional here and had people hanging from trees around the stadium and brought a lot of energy, and I thought our players did a great job of managing that energy and their emotions and staying connected to the game and playing the game the way they have all year. So I think it was a good start for us and just a great environment. And Reggie Meyer I didn't think was as sharp as he was in the Big Ten tournament, but he just made pitches for us. We made some plays for him, and we were able to have the big 5-run inning kind of give us some room to operate there. So you have a big inning in the NCAA tournament, and it can really benefit you on your side of the game. So overall, I thought it was a well-played game by our team.
Taryn, to Coach's point, big 5-run second inning, how much does that kind of take the edge off right away?
Yeah, definitely. Anytime we can get runs on the board, we feed off that. And as an offense, you try to score first and definitely has some momentum to it. So we were just happy to get one across in that inning, and luckily it turned into more than that. So,
Reggie, this is the first home regional since 2000. Packed place tonight. How were you guys kind of able to manage your emotions and really, I guess, just kind of focus on the game and play so well?
Well, I was didn't quite have my best stuff, but I mean the defense behind me was making plays like they always do, and it always helps to kind of relax me when we're able to put up a bunch of runs like that. It kind of just helps me to settle down and get into a rhythm a little easier.
Coach, were you kind of planning on going as deep into the game with Reggie as possible, kind of, I guess, regardless of score?
Well, the pitching coach, Tom Devitt, and I had a conversation about the 5th inning about what we wanted to do when Reggie was in the 60 pitch count range. We just felt like to bring him back in 2 days at this stage of the season and try to use him on Monday again just didn't feel like that was the right thing to do. And so we decided to ride him out for 90 to 100 pitches and save the rest of the guys, save the rest of our staff, and Jeff Foshee did a nice job of going out there and getting the last 3 outs for us. So we had that conversation, but you got to come back on Monday after he's pitched all season long here. We decided it just wasn't the right decision.
Is that, I guess, kind of a luxury to be able to save almost all of your bullpen too, so you can head into tomorrow in pretty good shape, pitching staff wise?
Yeah, we're in great shape. We'll start Patrick Frederickson, and we have the rest of the bullets out there ready, so we're in good shape.
Taryn, can you speak specifically to the left-on-left matchup with their starter tonight being the MAAC Pitcher of the Year?
Yeah, I mean, we knew that he was a pretty talented pitcher. I mean, he's done pretty well going into this regional, and we didn't overlook him. We knew that we were going to have to compete and grind against him and get a good pitch to hit, and luckily enough, we were able to put some good swings on it, and Reggie kept us in the game, and the rest took care of itself.
And Taryn, did you know there was that many left-handed pitchers in America that everybody seems to try to bring out every lefty they can find against your lineup with 6 left-handers, but you guys handle it?
Yeah, that's something that Pat Casey, our hitting coach, has really tried to get us to understand that we're going to have to face every left-handed pitcher out there, and we train on that, and we're pretty used to that by now. And we've been fortunate enough to have some pretty good success against them this year.
Coach, this kind of atmosphere, you never really know how your players are going to respond to it until they're in it. Were you nervous at all, just with this atmosphere, this crowd, how they were going to, I guess, respond to that?
For me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you are. I mean, I think sometimes you can try too hard and get excited and not slow the game down, but speed it up. And when the game gets speeded up, it's never good. And But we've been training all year long to prepare for these moments. We've been in these moments before, along the way, in big games and in certain environments. I think played at TCU early in the year and won that series. And so I think this crew over the last 3 years has had a lot of practice in these types of environments. But you're home, and we haven't had an NCAA tournament game at home for 18 years, and you're having a good season. And I think that's, as a coach, that's what I was concerned about. But watched our team in batting practice and infield and outfield and pregame, and they looked the same to me as they have all year. So I thought they were in a pretty good place going into the game, and the game started. I was assured that they were.
Yeah, John, what's your impression of UCLA having played them already this year?
Well, it was a long time ago. It was in March. I think we're early into the season, but they have outstanding pitching numbers. They have an outstanding pitching staff, and they play defense. They really play defense, and you're going to earn every run you're going to get against UCLA. So it's going to be a matchup of pitching and defense tomorrow, and just who can get the big hit, or who, if somebody breaks down on defense at the wrong time. But based on what I know, they really come at you, and they have the third and fourth hole hitters are good hitters, and they got a lot of RBIs for that lineup. And key is going to be to keep the first two hitters off base if we can. And those two guys look like they've had over, I think, a bunch of RBIs for their team, over 100 RBIs for their team, and those two spots, if I'm not mistaken. And so we're going to have to do a good job of, when they get to the plate, hopefully minimizing the number of guys that are on base and being able to execute some pitches. But they have a very good team, and anytime you play a California team from the Pac-12, you're going to have your hands full. So should be an outstanding ball game.
For anybody, players or coach, weather could have an impact, obviously, on the schedule tomorrow. Do you feel good knowing that you've had some experience, I guess, with the schedules changing almost every weekend?
Yeah, we have a turf field here, so I'm not too concerned about the weather. We'll see what happens. But yeah, we've played the waiting game all year, and when you're going to play, what time you're going to play, is it going to stop raining, is it going to stop snowing, are you ever going to play? We've been all down that road, so it'll be nothing to do with these guys. I think it's easier when you're at home because you can hang out in an environment you're used to, and rather than trying to hang out in the bus out in the parking lot or the hotel or in the dugout or wherever. So it'll be, at least if we have to wait it out for a while, that might be nice. We're at home. Last thing I want to say, I think Toby Hansen and Alex Boxwell really, bottom of our lineup, really picked us up today. And Toby struggled with a wrist surgery earlier in the year, and his back's been bothering him, and feels good. And I've said coming in here, we need those two players. They're seniors. We really need them to play at the level I believe they're capable of playing at, and I thought both contributed in a big way tonight. Actually was surprised Alex didn't catch that ball in center field. He catches all of them, and first time I've seen him take a bad route all year long, so I was kind of shocked when he didn't catch the ball, but happens to everybody at some point in time. But I thought the bottom of the lineup really did a nice job for us tonight, and Kozicki and Boxwell and Toby Hansen, and it was good to see.
Awesome.